Break in the murder of that Michigan State trooper. Chris Hansen reports on the arrest of a suspect.
Also ahead, a Newsbeat Extra on the men and women who risk their lives fighting fires. Is it really like the movie Backdraft?
That's you every time you go to one. And it's funny when everybody's running out of a burning building, screaming, and you're running into it.
Profile the busiest fire engine and ladder company in the city of Detroit. Our look at firefighters is prompted by the movie Backdraft, which is doing for firemen what Top Gun did for pilots. These scenes are Hollywood's version of this stressful and dangerous profession. The real-life pictures are far less glamorous, but as Ann Thompson tells us, it would be tough for Hollywood to find a more determined and dedicated crew than the 8 men who ride Engine 50 and Ladder 23.
I see fire as probably one of the most destructive creatures there are.
It is alive, and that's the lure of fire. That's why people stare at fire.
It's a genuine menace, and we respect fire. Believe me, we respect it a lot. It's awesome because of the heat and the intensity and what it can do to you, but then you know that you're the one thing that fire doesn't want to see.
The men of Engine 50 and Ladder 23 see a lot of fire. They are the busiest companies in Detroit, running on over 250 calls every month from their East Side headquarters. Their boots and pants and hats stand guard beside their trucks, symbolic of the pride and frequency with which these two companies battle their unpredictable foe. To run from this post at Gratiot and Houston-Whittier, you have to love to fight fires.
I wanted to be a cowboy, but I couldn't be a cowboy, so I became a firefighter. It tests you every time you go to one. You know, you see just how far you're willing to push yourself. It's funny when everybody's running out of a burning building, screaming, and you're running into it.
Red line!
You don't know where the front room is or bedrooms, and no matter what you see in the movies, you don't see anything in these fires.
The scariest part is when you're looking for it, and you know it's there, but you can't see it.
These 8 firefighters form a most unusual family. 2 days a week for 24 hours each day. They work, eat, and live together. Downtime allows them to catch up on paperwork.
Is this the most tedious part of fireworks?
No, listen to him tell stories.
Yeah.
Watch television, or play horseshoes.
There you go, yeah!
But like any family, the evening meal is where they really relax, swap stories, and get to know each other.
It's different than any job you're ever going to work anywhere else. I mean, you could work with your partner and in any other job for 10 years and not know them as well as you might know them in 24 hours in the firehouse. You know, if a person's in the firehouse and they're having problems at home or anything, within 24 hours they have to talk to somebody.
That closeness, so family-like, is a big reason why at this firehouse and many others across the country, firefighting is a family business. Tom Bolin is the son of a firefighter. So is Brian Cleland. Cleland also has 3 brothers who fight fires. Ken Janacki has 1. For others, firemen were admired strangers. Andre Johnson realized he wanted to ride the rigs when as a child he saw them pull up and save his burning home. Lieutenant Jerry Mitchell has saved homes for 25 years.
Yeah, I think I still get pumped up, but in the same respect, you get used to the fires. They become more commonplace and just, I think, a little more routine to them than a younger kid. You know, a younger kid on a job, I think it gets hyped.
At Engine 50, Ladder 23, the younger kid is Alan Martin.
The very first one. I thought it was so hot. It was so hot.
Just a few years ago, Alan Martin was bored, picking orders at a Unisys warehouse. Now he's picking up his coat and living an adventure.
I guess you could say it was euphoric, riding up on there, you know, listening to the sirens, watching everybody watching you as you go by. It's almost addictive. I mean, you can hear some of these guys. Come on, let's get a fire. I want a fire.
But not these fires, dumpster fires. Low man on the fire pole, Martin gets the job of putting them out.
It's just a terrible run. You know, nobody wants to get up for this.
Still, it's their job that knows no time.
The people out in the suburbs, they all go to bed, and that's when we wake up here. We all have to trust each other with each other's lives. I think that's what it is, that you're risking your life, and the guy next to you will be willing to give up his life for yours. And that's what makes us so close.
Only when they sleep can firemen sometimes lose their silent companion, death. They try not to acknowledge it, but it's always there, in the smoke and in the flames. Courage takes many forms. On the east side, it wears a yellow coat and hat. For the Newsbeat, I'm Ann Thompson.
I guess every boy, and now girls too, when they're little, are thinking about being firefighters. But you look at that story and you realize it really is as exciting and glamorous as it appears.
It seems to take a special kind of person, too. People who care not only about themselves, but about other people. I mean, you'd have to. When most people are running away from a fire, they're running toward it.
A little childlike excitement even in those adults that we saw.
We did see that.
Coming up on the Newsbeat, if you belong to the AFL-CIO, you may be entitled to some help buying a home. Business editor Jennifer Moore will explain.
Plus, we'll have these stories.
Hi, this is Bernie Smile. That's Jack Morris gets a start for the American League tomorrow night. You'll hear from him coming up.